Welcome to the Begion of Loom podcast.
Welcome into the Begion of Loom podcast. I am joined by the Mix. I'm joined by DRC, and I'm joined by the visage of Belly Zane.
What's
Naked
up?
Belly Zane. Here we are. Yeah.
What's
Mixer's
up, boys?
got it. What's happening? We are diving in to, what is this? Week 12? Week 12 recap. We've got news. We've got notes. We've got our stupid league's current condition. We've got all kinds of stuff. So
Fuck it. Let's head to news.
Let's head to news. Do it.
News.
Oh, take it away, Zane.
We just concluded the longest week in NFL history. 12:30 Thursday, and end of the game today. 150 hours and 10 minutes.
And there's a lot of good football played, I feel like, in that 150 hours of a week. It was almost an entire week of football, Thursday through Wednesday. I mean, it was fun.
I think that is an entire week.
I mean, shit. Yeah, it is. It concluded today with the Steelers-Ravens, which was a really good game. Started on Thanksgiving, which seems like a week ago by this time, which... It is.
It is, yes.
But yeah, and it started off kind of soft. I wasn't too pleased with the Thanksgiving games. What did you guys think about it?
Go ahead.
Thanksgiving was weak.
It was. I mean, it just what do we have? The Lions and now we lost, which is more news. I mean, I didn't really. It was. It just. I think it's COVID.
Wait, that was as undescript as you
Shut
could
up.
be. We had what, the Lions?
I think it's
and the
COVID, and I just wasn't into it. I couldn't watch football and feel good about it.
We had
because
the
everything
Cowboys.
Cowboys
against what used to be a team of Indians.
Right, Washington.
The team.
Yeah, it just. I don't know. I didn't feel it this year.
It
And
was
that's
just
the way this
sloppy,
year goes.
boring football. It was something to have on in the background other than the main attraction, I think.
What about from a fantasy perspective? Was it any good? We had some amazing
We had some
points.
crazy numbers. Which brings us to our next news item is Fuller had a career game, and then he gets randomly tested and suspended for 6 games.
And he fails. He failed.
Yeah,
failed his
for
PED
PEDs, yeah.
Yeah.
Why
No
can't
appeals,
they
no
just
nothing.
use-
He's out 6 games. That's it.
Why can't they just use performance enhancing drugs? I don't care. I mean, what
You need
comedian?
to start
what
a separate
comedian?
league. You need to start a separate league.
Yeah. Well, it's called the XFL.
XFL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
2022, baby.
Anyway, there goes my my successful playoff hopes. Fuller was kind of my, besides Dalvin Cook, he was my receiver.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
So does that mean Tyreek Hill is next?
I would think if he were to get randomly tested, it would for sure have been this week.
They want to test him. They just can't catch him.
Yeah, right.
They need DK.
That's a good one.
You can't
That's a
get him.
good one.
Never gonna catch me.
Yeah. He just dives out of the way. See you guys in the end zone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like those. It is pretty random. But if he had a great game, that's because he's not hurt like everyone else.
Yeah.
Poor Fuller.
Moving on. Patricia out in Detroit.
How do we feel about this?
About time.
Nobody cares.
Fine. Just
I
fine.
feel the same way. About time, right? Like, who cares? He was a defensive coordinator for the Patriots. That's the only clout he brought to a. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, he probably has more coaching clout, but
It's just another coach in the long story of Detroit.
yeah. Well, I just remember the first time he was on the sidelines for Detroit and looking at his face. Here's one thing about Matt Patricia. He doesn't have the face of a coach that knows what he's doing.
I agree.
right?
I agree.
When
He looks flustered and
he
confused.
does. He's just like, what?
all the time.
He's just like, every time they showed him, and it's always after a bad play, he's like going, I just don't. I just feel like there's got to be some semblance of leadership, even in your facial expressions, and he had none.
Also, what kind of a name is Patricia?
Right. It's a very effeminate name for a coach. I agree. Not like Pete Carroll.
Fair point, Commish.
I feel really bad for Matt Stafford. Like the guy, he probably should be a Hall of Fame quarterback, right?
He should. Absolutely.
He's very good.
I agree.
Wasted on that city.
Well, if you had a time machine and could put Matt Stafford on most other teams, absolutely. Like Matt Stafford could have been
any
Tom
other
Brady
team other than like Miami and Cleveland.
Right. If you put him on the Patriots, Matt Stafford would have been Tom Brady. He's that good. He's a little more reckless than Brady. Brady's very calculated with his throws, and Stafford will huck one down the field.
He's a gunslinger.
He could have definitely gone to the Steelers and done the same as Roethlisberger. You know, he could have done, and the loyalty that Stafford has to Detroit, which may be monetary, I don't know, but I don't know. I agree with you 100% there, Mix. That's a good point. All right, what's next?
Wide receiver Kendall Hinton plays emergency quarterback for Denver. So poor guy gets elevated from the practice squad because he has a little bit of quarterback experience. And he's like, here, playing an NFL game as a starting quarterback.
COVID,
his first NFL.
His first NFL game, too.
Yeah.
Did he get injured?
I actually didn't watch that game. I don't know.
No, I'm just wondering if he got his ass obliterated.
So with the rest of the quarterbacks on that roster, why was he even playing in the first place? Did they have people on COVID?
I would say that Colin Kaepernick might be a fucking alternate that's sitting on the sideline. They could probably play better quarterback than that guy.
He could just kneel his way in. He just walks in on his knees and like, let him throw, bro. Let him throw.
Yeah. So, I mean, why didn't they reschedule the Denver-New Orleans game like they did?
Because the tests stopped showing up directly before the game is what I heard. It is, and believe me, I want to go off on this. It is so frustrating to me that game didn't get delayed and the Steelers-Ravens game did get delayed. But apparently it comes down to the time away from kickoff that positive tests stopped coming in.
I guess that makes sense.
Gross. It's a weird time. I mean, that's the problem is if all of a sudden like tactics come into play when it comes to COVID testing, that's bad. I don't want any of that. It should be very clear cut, but of course.
Well, the NFL at the beginning of the season said that they weren't going to change the rules of the game and change the schedule due to a competitive advantage. And I think that that's clearly what happened between the Steelers and Ravens.
Well, your boys still won. You're fine.
We won, but they changed the game schedule due to a competitive advantage.
I know. And now the Ravens schedule is further altered this weekend.
And so is the Steelers. Our game got bumped back to Monday. So there's a triple header on Monday next week.
Monday Night Football.
There will not be a bad Monday night game, I don't think.
Finally, Booger's going to finally have something to talk about instead of his boogers. All right, what's next?
Hope his crane is fast enough.
Go ahead.
We got last week's matchups up next.
Last week's matchups.
Do we have any drops tonight? No.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Last week's matchups.
Thanks.
There you go.
Kamish. Fister Roboto officially takes the throne as regular season champ with his win over second-ranked Mixer, 139-114. Mixer did get top performer honors with Will Fuller, who gave an enhanced performance this week with 32 points. Mixer also had A.J. Brown put up 23. But what hurt the most was Dalvin Cook having sub 10-point day, and the Browns defense was 0. Wilson did not do well either. Mr. Fister got 25 out of Chubb, 22 from Metcalf, and 24 from Robinson. Kirk and Sanders were his only two players in single digits.
Damn, that's a good write-up, bro. How do you feel, Mix?
I mean, I figured that Flinty was going to win, right? But it sucked to get let down by Dalvin Cook, especially. Yeah. and then Russell Wilson with only 18 points. That was unusual.
I mean, Russell Wilson with an 18-point game is like a tender hurt, but Dalvin Cook with a 10-point game, that's rough. Yeah. That's rough. I mean, you're talking about the number one running back fantasy-wise in the league.
Yep.
Just kind of letting you, and he killed me on a couple leagues too. So,
and DK Metcalf for Seattle breaks 1,000 yards and becomes one of the few receivers who have 1,000 yards this season.
Good for him. He looks good.
Somebody was saying he's not a top 10 wide receiver.
Yeah, I think Seattle kind of brings that that perception. Seattle just never has had.
I couldn't name 10 better receivers.
Exactly. Yeah, but Seattle kind of brings that. And as a matter of fact, when I was watching the pregame, they were talking about like Metcalf prior to that game had 9 touchdowns. Lockett's got 8. I mean, Lockett's rad. He just isn't this physical specimen like Metcalf. And
Seattle. I mean, I know fairly biased being a Seattle homer, but Seattle has probably one of the best wide receiving cores.
I would say so
right now.
I would say so.
They have they're like a mild sauce. They're not going.
They're not amazing.
They're not going to blow you away, but they're going to get you through every game.
Unless Metcalf runs down interception, that was the best. That's his best play of the year.
I think there's only 3 receivers in the league with 1,000 yards, right? Like one of them being
Metcalf, Hill, and I don't know who the third
Keenan?
is.
It's Kelsey.
Allen?
No, I think
tight
it's
end.
Kelsey. Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Wow. I guess you spent your draft capital right on Kelsey if you grabbed him in the first or second round, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Speaking of effeminate last names,
Kelsey. All right, moving on.
DRC loses the Uniballer 99-130.
Come on, DRC.
DRC needed to outpace the Ravens defense by 36 points heading into Wednesday afternoon football, but fell short. DRC had top performer Tyreek Hill, who put up 51, 40 of which came in the first quarter, which made up for DRC.
Still a loss.
Damn.
Yeah, which made up for DRC starting lineup Nazi inactive Julio Jones. Uniballer had Patrick Mahomes put up 30. He also had 24 from Latavius Murray and 20 from Amari Cooper.
Can I say something before you talk about the inactives? I mean, come on. For one thing, why was Julio inactive?
I looked back. Apparently, he was limited practice on Thursday.
Was he?
Yeah. Me and Flinty were going back and forth, and I said that there was no news coming up on this,
Right.
and then I went back and looked at the news.
Nope.
There was, but nothing that popped up on my radar.
COVID has look. If you go to bed at midnight, and the night before you've set your lineup based on this is, and I know I'm going to get dinged on this.
This is exactly what happened to me. Is I played.
Yeah.
Call of Duty until 3 o'clock in the morning and slept in until 10:25.
Right.
And the 10 o'clock game, I got the alert. And
I mean, I think
I was done.
I'm trying to make an excuse, and you just like refuted it there, which is right. You have to get up and you have to check your lineups at 9:30 before kickoff on Sunday because I left Jonathan Taylor in, but that was a COVID related. It just pisses me off. Like there was no news leading up to the fact that he wasn't going to play, and that's how I felt about Julio Jones, who, by the way, I left in another league as well because there was no news that I saw. Now that wasn't COVID related, so that totally moots my point. But whatever.
No,
I'm tired of it. I'm tired.
I did full blown. I'll even drop it.
Thank you.
Line up,
Right.
All right.
I messed up, but and the worst part is I had the points on my bench to cover.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it
Could have lost you the championship, bro. Nice try.
I made the playoffs, so we're okay.
Okay, all right. Well,
you know what it did too is it flipped him to the other side of the bracket. Now he has to play Flinty.
No, I have to play Spoono.
Well, I'm sorry. If you make it to the next round, you would have to face Flinty.
Correct.
Correct.
Oh, actually, good tactical move. Like have him have a bad game in the championship, and you missed him in the front of the bracket.
Yeah,
that's good. I mean, Belly, we can take him out, no problem, right?
That's what we're going for.
All right.
Good luck.
Just kidding, Belly.
Dorona. We have breaking news. Actually, Dorona actually quarantining because of COVID-19.
I took him out of my lineup I think
now,
in 2017.
I guess his dad got it.
Yeah. No joke. His dad is currently in the hospital because of COVID.
Oh, really? God dang it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And that's Uniballer's dad too.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Oh yeah, they're twins.
Oh yeah, they're twins. My bad.
Well, hold on before you move on.
Well,
best wishes to Dorona and Uniballer's dad. We
and
obviously
Uncle Dorona.
Uncle Lou Rona. Unirona. I hope he's okay. That sucks.
Anyway, Dorona hangs on to beat 21 Dump Streak 98-92. Top performer belongs to 21 Dump Streak, though, who had Derrick Henry rack up 37 plus. But it's hard to win when you have 0.9 out of a wide receiver, 1.9 in your flex, and -3 from your defense. Rona didn't really have anybody that popped, but he just had the more consistent team.
Guys, this just in. We have 3 viewers right now.
What?
Are you guys? Hey, welcome. Welcome, live viewers. Are you guys okay? Is everyone all right? No one's coming.
7 minutes from now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have anything else to say about that matchup?
No, I don't either. I mean,
that's
a heartbreaker. It's a heartbreaker with you put a receiver in or look to get 0.9. Is that the number? That's terrible. That's harsh.
It is.
And I had some. Yeah, we all had some harsh numbers on our rosters this week. This is the way it is right now. Go ahead.
Does that take us to worst?
Yeah,
that takes us to worst.
Worst matchup.
God, I love the German porn. I love those. They're better.
All right, that's probably our official drops from now on.
Yeah, I think they should maintain.
Anyway, we have co-worst matchup this week. Both matchups featuring teams that cannot make the playoffs. Let's start with Cripple Me Elmo defeating I Forgot Why I'm Here 87-71. This matchup is sporting a very fashionable 11 positions with single-digit points, 8 of which are less than 5, and one of those who is -0.1.
-0.1.
That was Malcolm Brown on the Old Man Squad. Cripple Me Elmo had the only shining star, David Montgomery, who had 22 points in the flex, and that is what sealed the win for Cripple Me Elmo.
Wow. I think it was a bad fantasy week for some and like an amazing week for others. I mean, this is just one of those weeks where your players, where your players just don't show up. And when they don't show up, it's so bad that you can't even look at your roster and be like, I made a mistake. You can just be like, screw that guy.
It's crazy that how an entire team of random players will all underperform.
Oh man, I don't know.
All right. This next matchup features 9 players in single digits, including 4 players with 0 points or less.
Damn.
Kamish had Taylor out on the COVID list. Slayton 2 targets, 0 catches. Otto had Gurley out with a knee injury, and KJ Hamler, I don't even know who that is, with 0.8.
Isn't that a Seahawks receiver?
No, you're thinking of Ken Hamlin, the cornerback, the safety from early 2000s.
Jesus, what?
I'm definitely
what were you thinking of?
I'm not thinking about that guy. I might be thinking about ham.
He's like, I'm sorry.
I might be thinking about just regular ham.
I'm sorry. You're thinking about the 16th century king of England. That's what you're thinking about. Go on.
Anyway, Kamish did have top performer with Deshaun Watson, who had 33, and the Texans defense, who had 19.
By the way, defenses are fine.
Okay. Where is Flinty?
Look,
in here.
As a part of fantasy football,
no,
don't do it, bitch.
As a part of fantasy football, I feel like defenses, right? They're part of football, right? So they should be part of fantasy. I'm just kidding. We're still getting rid of that shit. I don't even like that.
We're trading defenses out for kickers.
No, we're gonna no. We're
kickers
still
are the
going IDP.
worst.
We're going IDP. That's it.
Oh, we
Dunzo.
just lost all our
like it.
viewers. So
Yeah, we did.
did.
Well, it's because of defenses.
They listen to me.
Got to pay your dues. Get out.
I told everyone to leave.
Oh man. All right. Well, yeah, that matchup, while bad, I still won. And for Kamish at his current level, this is just to bring me up. I'm going from like 11th worst to 10th worst, which I feel like is a big move for me. And I'm gonna roll into the consolation bracket. Balls out, man. Just balls out. I'm going for first draft pick. You guys are dead next year. No defenses. You guys are going to lose to the commish with the first round draft pick, first overall. And we're probably going to a
worst matchups.
Worst
I thought we already did that.
we're at best matchup now.
Yeah, we're matchup of the week, bro.
And
There it is.
Belly Zane overcome a 56-point deficit to defeat Parrot Heads 128 to 126. Heading into Sunday night with Rogers, Jones, and Robinson left to play, I got 25 from Rogers, 23 from Robinson, and only 9 from Jones, and only had 2 players in single digits. Rogers was the top performer with 25. Parrot Heads had 23 from Brady, 22 from Jefferson, and he only had 3 players in single digits.
How devastating. Yeah, how devastating that the absolute best performance that Parrot Heads has put up all year, and you stomp him. Not stomp him, but you beat him by like 2 points. You're like, hey, nice job. It's like literally the guy gets the ball in basketball. He's about to shoot the 3, and you stuff him just like really quick. Just nice play.
Heading into Sunday Night Football with nearly a 60-point lead, I would have felt extremely comfortable, especially if my opponent only had 3 players left to play that could easily not get those points, and then they just barely got those points.
Well, I will say for Parrot Head, since he currently lives in Germany, that the only thing you have going for you right now is our German porn music. So good job, Parrot Heads. Hit some. Yeah, there it is.
Gay German porn.
Gay German porn. That's it. Dude, drop of the season. I didn't even know we had that drop.
Yeah. Why does that drop exist?
Why does that? Do it again.
Gay German porn.
I didn't even know we had that drop. And that's for you, Parrot Heads. Your one win is being in touch with our drops.
Continue on Parrot Heads. Just continue on Parrot Heads.
Dude, but I don't have any more to say. I mean, Parrot Heads. He works. He doesn't work. He lives for our country. He's out there. He's been in 3 or maybe 4 tours of duty. He has to live in Germany. And this is what he gets. He gets Belly Zane upping him by 2 points in basically a game that doesn't mean shit for Belly. He's still in Belly's making the playoffs. Parrot just needs a win. He just needs a win so he can look his wife in the eyes and tell her, hey, I'm a winner. But no. Hit that gay German porn drop.
Gay German porn.
That's all he gets. That
was fun. That was
you.
a good moment.
Good
there.
job. Good job. All right.
History with Mixer.
Let's go, Mix.
All right, guys.
Gay
German porn.
Yeah, gay German porn.
Gay German history. All right, I'm going to read you a list of names. You guys tell me if you can name what this list means. All right. Chubby Kamish, Kraft Fap and Cheese, OJ's Parole Board, Grant's in Your Pants, Sir Mix-a-Lot, and One Nut Wonder.
Teams that made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that's true. So this is just a tiny bit of league history. Yeah, good job. How many of those? Let's see. So we had in the championship game, ultimately last year, we had One Nut winning over Chubby Kamish. And then it's interesting just to take a look back historically and see how and to see how that works out as far as draft position and making it next year. So it's interesting that just like in the real NFL, it's difficult to make it back to the top once you've been at the top.
It truly is. Go on.
Sorry, buddy. So historically, last year, the way that looked, the way it broke down, Chubby Commish defeats Kraft Fap and Cheese in the semifinal game. One Not Wonder beats Grand Pants.
Yeah, I would like to point out that was to make it so I didn't repeat.
That's true.
Yeah,
I had made
so
the
2018, bro. Take it easy.
That's true.
Before.
And check out these.
Yeah, you have B+ cup titties. Shut up, dude.
These are D's. Thank you.
These are D+.
Those are some double D's. No, so you guys, the scoring last year, how does it compare to this year? Like as far as the way that it's scored?
I don't think there's anything different. We did
I
half
feel
point.
like last year we scored way more.
Yeah, that's because our quarterbacks are only scoring 4 per touchdown.
Yeah, so the way
I was going to answer that. So Zane's right. Belly's right. We're doing half point per reception, except we're only doing 4 points for quarterbacks, not 6, right, Sam?
We did half point last year,
right?
Right. So the difference is that quarterbacks score less points on touchdown passes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Which
less than last year?
Which was
2
an
points.
oversight, yeah.
It was an oversight. I think it's one we'll correct next year. We can pull the league, but I think we'll go back to 6. I feel like a quarterback position should be a strong position if we're not doing a super flex. And so they deserve 6. That was the platform. We moved platforms and it defaulted.
Yeah, and we just didn't notice it till like week 4. And Commission and I had kind of talked about it, and you had said to just leave it where it was because you didn't want to change any of the outcomes.
It's locked in. Yeah, it had already happened. And if the playing field is even, then like everyone gets 4 points. Then that's the way it is.
Right. So
and really all you're
anything.
looking at is, sure, it could change a game, that's 4 or 6 points in difference if you've got a quarterback that threw 3 touchdowns. But at that point, you're kind of, I don't want to be a quarterback strong league. I'd rather be a quarterback. And I think that's the way Sleeper set it up. So we'll just, like I said, we'll just talk as a league and be like, hey, were you cool with the way it was scored? A little less weighting on the quarterback and more towards, other positions. Go from there.
Well, I mean, the only thing it really affects in my mind, because everyone gets the same scoring, is just historical, like, totals, like, our totals are lower now. So what? But I mean, last year, let me just read you the totals real quick from the semifinals. You had 141 to 133, 131 to 142. And then in the championship game, it was 120 points to 85 points. Then Kraft, Fap and Cheese, KFC last year, he won the third place last year with 183 points. Like crazy. I don't know if we see that. Maybe Flinty's team, but
right. So if I had gotten by Commish, I would have definitely repeated.
Oh yeah. So it's a good thing you didn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, just keeping it short so we can be tight on time, buddy.
You're doing great.
Meme of the week. Do we have a meme of the week?
I don't know if we do. If we do, Belly's gonna have to describe it, and I can't.
I sent it.
All right, let's just move on to commission.
Oh, you did, and that was basically actually video of the week, right?
No, that was something else.
I see.
Yeah, don't
we
worry
about
that.
Are we doing a meme of the week?
Oh no, that's a good one.
So
I'll bring it up. right now. Here,
okay.
let me see if I can get it.
Of the week.
I got it right here. I think I got it. Maybe.
Now, by default, you have to understand that this was the only meme of the week. so he did win. But...
Oh, I'm not proud of this one at all. I don't. Let's move on. No, moving on.
No. It's a good one, man. This is a good one. No one will understand it except maybe Flinty and the rest of us here, but no.
Yeah, this episode's for the league. So here we go. What we have is a classic comic style meme. 3 panels with 2 smaller panels on top, 1 larger panel on the bottom. And in the top left-hand corner, we have two astronauts who appear to be on the moon, I'm going to assume.
Okay.
And they are labeled Flinty being comprehensible. And then the very next panel to the right, top right, is the close-up of an astronaut's foot about to step on a banana.
Peel.
And the banana is labeled autocorrect.
Mm.
And then the final bottom panel is is an astronaut floating off into space, and it says after Thuit.
It was Flinty tried to say afterthought in a comment, and Flinty has the worst time with autocorrect. I've never seen anything like it before. I always read every text and message that I send out.
Garbage in, garbage out, man.
I mean,
Come on.
Get it.
He's just pounding away at the keyboard and expecting the computer to fix it.
It's just his hot Cheeto finger keyboard cannot figure out what he's trying to write. I don't get
can you
it
imagine?
anymore.
Can you imagine what keys are stuck on that keyboard?
No.
Guaranteed, it's all the keys on the left-hand side of the board. Are
The
fine.
W key is gone because he still thinks he has to type www before he types .pornhub.com.
.pornhub. I've never been there.
I guarantee all the letters you could put together on that are stuck on his keyboard, it would probably spell out gay German porn.
Get it.
Gay German porn.
Oh man, you got to pay your dues to get out of this chat. Nice one there, Mix. I like that meme of the week. All right, moving on. We're going to what?
Commish picks.
Sexy commission.
Oh, that's why I
All
like
right,
this German
so-
stuff. They know how to tell it.
So
Go ahead.
Commish went 4-2 last week,
Not bad.
which brings him to 34-31 on the season. And as long as the Commish doesn't go
Which is
one or
actually his pant size, 34-31, right?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah. Maybe in high school.
Maybe like 8th grade. I was a 34 for God's sakes. Keep going.
So as long as Commish doesn't do 1-5 or worse, he will finish above 500 on the season.
All right, and in that vein, I am going to totally blindly call these. No looking at any other score. I'm just going to blindly call these because I like it when I'm just going to go on names only. So we have first up, Belly Zane versus DRC. That's first, right?
Yep.
DRC.
Yes.
I have no context. He's just in the room with me. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Yes.
He does. How's the records, by the way? What's your record, Belly?
I beat him in
identical
records.
records.
7-5.
And you beat him one time already?
I beat him once, and I'm going to beat him again.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take that. See, that's good. That's good. All right.
And then-
Moving on. We have, I wish, what's IFWI?
I wish.
Hey, hang on.
I forgot why I'm here.
DRC. Since we're gonna play each other 2 weeks in a row, do you want to rest our players this week?
I will rest.
Ooh.
What's
What?
only play
What?
I'll rest my defense
I'll rest you.
in
Wow.
preparation for next year.
Wow. Wow. That sounds like collusion. All right. Going on. What is that? Help me out. 21 Dumb
why
Streak.
I'm here.
I forgot why I'm here.
13.
That's what it is. The old man versus 21 Dumb Streak. 21.
Yep, I like that pick.
Yep. Otto versus Mix. Mix.
Yep, I like that pick.
Rona versus Cripple Me Elmo. Ooh.
Ooh.
What are the records there? Anyone got records for me?
8-4
Rona-
Rona, 5-7
Yeah.
Cripple Me Elmo.
I hate to use records as a deal, but I'm actually gonna. Rona had a. I'm going Rona.
No.
Rona.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm Rona. Uniballer versus Parrot Heads. Baller. I mean, come on, Parrot Heads. You had your best week ever, and you
Yeah.
let Belly just stomp on you.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, the Commish versus who am I playing?
Fister Roboto. Flinty.
Just,
Fudge.
dude, come on now. You got to stay
All right,
above 500.
It's for the record. It's for the record. Fister Roboto.
All right.
Yeah. I'm being straight here. I'm being straight. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, gang. It's been a good time. Those are the commish picks. I hope to stay above 500. Anyone have anything they want to add before we leave?
Nope.
Hit that drop. You know the one.
Oh, I do have an exit. Oh gosh, those are so good. All right, guys, we're out of here.
Gay German
Oh,
porn.
there we go.
Thanks for doing the
hey,
Begion.
All right,
bitch.
chat, yeah. There we
Do
go.
it, bitch! There he is. Flinty's in the chat. Finally, I love
7
it.
minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, all
All
right,
right, have a
Flinty.
good night, boys.
Flinty, you'll lose to no one. I'll see you.
Thank you for listening to the Begion of Loom podcast.